This is our stomping ground,
where we lead, innovate, and transform.
Where we invest in a future that invests in us.
When things get hard, we go harder.
When others back down, we take charge.
We are driven, devoted difference makers.
We know what it means to stand out from the rest of the pack.
We don't just put in the work, we're made for it.
We are Mules and Jennies.
Welcome to our stomping ground.
You live from Studio 24B on the campus of the University of Central Missouri. This is Thriving Through Sports, the game show. I'm Brad Haydank. In this show, students from the University of Central Missouri's Thrive program will go head-to-head in the switch sports game of bowling. This is Thriving Through Sports, the game show. Now it is time to meet our contestants. Let's meet our first contestant. Rachel, last episode between Will and Gabe, you were here live in the studio to see the whole thing. Do you think that experience will help you at all today?
Yes, as long as I see something that they can do, I can do it, which I feel pretty confident of trying it.
That experience has made Rachel confident. And with that, now it's time to meet our second contestant. Kiernan, this is your first appearance on Thriving Through Sports, the game show. What do you think it will take from you to win today?
I think it would take just the capability and understanding of how it all works.
That understanding is going to be key today. And remember, in Thriving Through Sports, the game show, we'll have a bracket format. Let's take a second to take a look at that bracket. Garners the least pins facing Gabe next episode, and the winner facing Will in episode number 4. That means that no matter the outcome, each contestant will be back on our show. So Rachel, as we get set for the beginning of the show, how are you feeling about your switch sports bowling ability today?
I feel a little nervous, but pretty excited that what I'm going through, and I feel like I could do it, whatever it takes.
The excitement is real in Studio 24B today. So Kiernan, what would you say you have more of right now? Is it more nerves or more excitement?
I think at the beginning it was more nerves, but as it's gone on, the more excited I get.
The more it goes on, the more comfortable Kiernan will get. So with that, we'll take a quick break. Stay tuned. When we come back, we'll learn a little bit more about the Thrive program, and then it will be time to get rolling today. Thriving Through Sports, the game show. We'll be right back.
Big experiences. That's what you want when looking for the right college. And that's why 97% of UCM undergraduates launch their careers or begin grad school within 6 months of graduation, with opportunities to innovate, network, develop your passions, discover something new. Find success with one-on-one mentoring from expert faculty who care about your future. Small classes, big experiences. That's the University of Central Missouri. Apply now at ucmo.edu.
Get the good times rolling at the Union Bowling Center, open 7 days a week with parking across the street at the corner of Clark and Holden. With entertaining party packages and bowling leagues, you're sure to have a great time at the UCM Union Bowling Center. Reduced rates for UCM students and employees with a valid ID. Enjoy great bowling and a friendly staff at the UCM Union Bowling Center. Like and follow us on Facebook for specials and updates.
At the University of Central Missouri, the Thrive program expands opportunities for students with disabilities so they can live a more independent life. Thrive is a 2-year program where students work on improving their academic abilities and peer interactions while learning both computer and job skills. Recently, we were lucky enough to sit down with Michael Brunkhorst, the Thrive director, to learn a little bit more about the Thrive program. However, since that interview, the Thrive program has had some big and exciting news, so it is expanding to a 4-year program, a change that Brunkhorst said was a result of parent input. So with that, let's take a look at our interview with Michael Brunkhorst that was conducted a few weeks ago.
The Thrive program is a 2-year program for students with developmental or intellectual disabilities, and they live on campus, they take classes, and they learn more about independent living skills, job skills, learn more about their careers, but also learn more about living in the dorms and socializing with other kids. My role in the program is basically making sure that the teachers have what they need, and also talking with students about various concerns and ideas, but also going out to other schools in the area to promote programs like Thrive. The Thrive program's goal basically depends on each individual student. Probably 75% of the students that are in the program are here to learn more about independent living. Living in the dorms with a roommate, they learn how to work with others. They learn more about keeping their room clean and cleaning their bathrooms just like any other college student here on campus, but also that socializing. We do have the academics. I mean, they take classes throughout the day, pretty much 8 to 4. They're in classes off and on with a few hours in there for break. But for the most part, we want them to also learn about those social activities, those leisure activities, so that they can go home and be more independent, live on their own. We love getting emails and things on Facebook about them getting a brand new apartment, or they got a new car or a new job. We love hearing those. And then one of the other primary goals is that job. We work really hard with making a person-centered plan with each one of our students based on their interests. And then we also, towards the end of their program here, we also start working with Voc Rehab or other agencies that the family has in their area to see what jobs they would have in those areas that relate to what they want to go into, so that hopefully our goal is that all of those students have at least a part-time job by the end of spring break of their final semester with us, so they can go home a little less apprehensive and have a job at home.
Now the time has come that everyone has been waiting for. It's time for some bowling on Switch Sports. So Rachel, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Rachel is ready. Kiernan, are you ready to get going today?
I am very ready to get going today.
Both of our contestants are very ready, so Kiernan, go ahead and hit continue so we can start this game. Rachel will be bowling on the first half of each frame. Kiernan will be going second. So Rachel, go ahead. The first throw of episode 2. Looks really good. 8 pins. 8 pins for Rachel. Let's see if she can pick up the spare. 4 in the 7. On that left side. She's going to go more head on. See if it works out. Does she get it? She gets 1. 9-pin start for Rachel. How do you feel about that start for you today?
It felt pretty good. Not bad.
Not bad, not bad. Kiernan, it's your time to respond in the bottom half of the first frame. A little rotation there on the first throw. And it pays off. Our first strike comes in the first frame from Kiernan. How did you find success early?
I was trying to figure out exactly what way to go, and I figured out the right way.
She figured it out early in the first frame. Big feat here for Rachel to try to come back from. Let's see it in the second, Rachel. Building on that 9-pin start. And it's 9 pins there for Rachel. A good 9-pin start in the second frame. That's going to be the 6th pin that she needs to pick up on that right-hand side. See if she can do it. Some rotation from Rachel. This worked last time for Kieran on her first throw. To pick up the spare, and it works out. Never a doubt, Rachel. Talking about that rotation, it worked for Kieran. Was that something you drew from Kieran's playbook, or did you come up with that yourself?
I just practiced a lot and got some little help from learning from others.
And that's what you have to do. Learn from others, continue learning as the game goes on. Kieran, it's your turn in the second frame. With the strike, the next 2 balls will count back to the first frame for Kieran. As that one looks good, back-to-back strikes. You are on a roll. How have you done it?
I think I just take time and make sure I'm looking at the right thing and making sure that I'm hitting the right things that I want to do.
Well, there you go. Patience was a big theme of our last episode between Gabe and Will. We'll see if it's a big theme today. Rachel, it's your turn in the third frame. Trying to respond after Kieran went back-to-back strikes. We're trying to build on the spare. This ball counts back for the second frame as well. And a strike for Rachel. Rachel, your first strike of the day. How does that one feel?
It feels really awesome that I finally got one.
She finally got one in the third. Let's see if she can build on it as this game continues. As we look at that strike, perfect from Rachel. Kieran going for the turkey here. Let's see it. Same approach as last time. And she gets it! I did not think all of those were going to go down for that turkey. Was there ever a doubt in your mind?
There was a doubt for a little second after not hitting one of them, but then after seeing it hit all the pins, it was kind of really exciting to put the third strike through.
So to start the game, back-to-back strikes for a turkey. Have you ever gotten a turkey before in a game like this or in real life bowling?
Never in real life, but on games I've definitely done a couple strikes in a row.
All right, well, a phenomenal start. I mean, as good as it can get from Kieran. Let's see how Rachel responds in the fourth frame. Looking to build on that strike in the third. This one looks good as well. It's going to be the 4 and the 7. She's had this exact spare situation before. That was in the first frame. She picked up the 4 pin in that situation. Let's see if she can get both. Looks like a similar approach. Now she's going to rotate a little bit of change. Let's see if it works out. And it does! A little bit of change there from the first frame. Rachel, was that you learning from that same situation back in the first?
A little bit, but yes.
Rachel, that adaptability on display here in frame number 4, as now it's Kieran's turn. Go for 4 in a row. We haven't seen a turkey on this show before, let alone anything more than that. Let's see how this one goes. It's going to miss the head pin for the first non-strike of the game from Kieran, but let's see if she can pick up the spare. 1, 2, 4. Will she get it? Yes, she does. She gets the spare. A little domino effect with the pins there. Was that your plan?
I was trying to get it down a little bit just to be able to get all the pins down.
Well, it worked out as we watch again in slow motion. The 1, the 2, and the 4 hit the deck to close up the frame in the fourth. And with that, we will have to take a quick break. Thriving Through Sports, the game show, returns after these messages.
WK has been serving Central Missouri for over 100 years, a family atmosphere driven by 4 generations of ownership. Whether you're in the market for a car, truck, or SUV, our friendly and knowledgeable sales staff is here to assist with your next vehicle purchase. Or if your current vehicle needs maintenance, our award-winning service department with master certified technicians will work on any make or model. We want you to join the WK family and see why it's a great day at WK. Visit WKFamily.com or come see us in Sedalia and Booneville.
Welcome back to Thriving Through Sports, The Game Show. We're through 4 frames here in episode number 2. As the scores stand right now, 77 pins for Kiernan, 49 pins for Rachel. But again, with the spare, that brings it up to 59 and 87, and then the next ball will roll back into the 4th frame. So Rachel, let's see you kick off frame number 5 for us today. That rotation. New strategy from Rachel. Does it pay off? Of course it does from Rachel. Different strategy every time you have adapted today. It has worked out for you. How do you keep making those changes that are successful?
I just have to learn from my mistakes and just keep on trying.
Rachel has been persistent today, and it has paid off. Kiernan, let's see your throw in the 5th. Looking to build on a 4th frame spare before the ad break and respond from that strike from Rachel. Same strategy we've seen pretty well all day from Kiernan. And the least amount of pins, 5, that she's gotten on a first throw. Still can pick up the spare. Let's see how she does it. 2, 4, 5, 7, 8. Left out there for Kiernan. Does she get it? And that frame is going to be left open for the first time. You had a phenomenal start. Oh, maybe a little bit of a setback with the open frame. How do you respond from this adversity?
I think sometimes I am really good at the beginning, but the middle is kind of hard for me to get over, and then the end is really good.
Well, that's all right. Let's see how quickly you can respond and get to that good ending. As we get to the 6th frame, Rachel trying to mount a big comeback coming here from the 5th to the 6th, following up that strike. The rotation and the throw. It's going to be 9 pins for Rachel. Spare opportunity. See if she can pick it up. Sometimes these 1 pins are very difficult. It's the 2 pin that stayed up. Gonna throw it a little bit across the lane with that rotation. Does she pick up the spare? Yes, she does. She's gonna close up another frame. Rachel trying to come back on Kiernan. How have you been doing it?
I just by looking and picking which spots that could hit it.
She has been looking, she has been scheming, and it has been working out. Kiernan, you're set for the 6th frame. Let's see how you respond after your first open frame. How you can respond to that adversity. Same strategy. Does she respond? She's going to get 6. If she can pick up this spare, close up this frame. Here in frame number 6. The 2, 4, 5, and 8. And it's going to be another open frame. You talked about how you struggle a little bit in the middle. How do you normally come back from that? How do you normally pull back and have that strong ending?
Normally, I try to make sure my stance is right whenever I'm trying to bowl and make sure I'm wanting to figure out which pin I want to hit first.
Well, Kiernan, you got it through these last 4 frames. We have full faith in you. Rachel trying to continue this comeback. A couple closed frames in a row as we move to the 7th. And she gets 9. That 5 pin's just going to stand up tall. Will not fall down. The one right in the middle. See if Rachel can pick it up. Looking for the 2nd spare in a row. Does she have it? Of course she does. Again, you have closed up many, many frames in a row. How have you bounced back from the early setback that you saw with a couple open frames? How have you bounced back to close up a few here going into now the 7th?
Well, as I first tried it, I noticed that it's just my aiming that's a little off. And by figuring out by rotating on a certain aiming point, I think I got it down.
And I misspoke a little bit when I was saying I said a couple open frames at the beginning. It was only 1. It was only 1 small setback in the first, and she has bounced back really well. Kiernan, let's see how you bounce back from the 6th frame. As you see on the scoreboard, Rachel has recently taken the lead. That ball tails off a little bit. 3 pins. Kiernan, you can pick up these 7. We have confidence in that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. This one looks good. That's a big, big spare. Picking up all 7 pins. How does it feel to get back on track with that spare, especially picking up 7 to do it?
I think it feels good picking up a spare, and it's kind of hard to get 7, but I think it was really good that I got all 7.
It is very difficult to get all 7, and you did it. 2 spares there from each of our contestants. in the 7th as we move to the 8th. It's 118 to 117, and then the first throw in the 8th will count back to the 7th. As that one's good from Rachel, again for 9 pins. The 4 pin will stand up. See if she can pick up the spare. Rachel took her time, and she has it. You've been talking about that patience, taking your time. How do you continue to have that patience throughout a long game that bowling is?
I just have to believe in myself and just not give up and keep on going and practicing.
Never give up. That is the message in Rachel's head right now, and it has really been working all closed frames since the first. Kiernan, let's see it in the 8th. See if she can get back on track after starting out with a turkey. And it's going to be 9 pins. That 7 pin is going to stay up. See if she can pick up that spare on that back left pin. Trying to match Rachel here in the 8th. Picking up the spare. Can she do it? Oh, it was so close. Not quite, but that's okay. You gave a valiant effort on that 7 pin. It just tailed off just a little bit there at the end. How are you planning to bounce back in the 9th and the 10th frame?
Definitely trying to do different techniques and different things like that.
All right, and we'll see how that works when we come back. We have to take a second to pay some of our bills, so Thriving Through Sports, the game show, will return right after this.
I have been in pretty good health most of my life, but about 10 years ago realized that my knees were really bothering me. But this last year it had gotten to the point where I could no longer do what I like to do. So I started asking my retired teacher friends who'd had knee replacements about their surgeons, and 3 or 4 of them, just hands down, recommended Dr. Rupp.
Through x-rays and examination, we diagnosed her with osteoarthritis of the knee, and it was very severe to the point where surgery was really her best option.
I have had no pain in my surgical knee from probably 4 weeks on. It has definitely impacted my life. I'm more mobile, I have more energy. Within an hour or 2 of coming out of after surgery, I had decided I'm having the second one done as soon as I can. I'm Susan Sipe, and WMMC is my partner for orthopedic surgery.
Welcome back to Thriving Through Sports, the game show. Your score through 8 frames, 137 pins for Rachel, 135 pins for Kiernan. This next ball in the 9th will count back to the 8th for Rachel to add to that 137 number. As we kick off the 9th, Rachel, if you want to go ahead. A 2-pin lead currently for Rachel. We are neck and neck going into these final 2 frames. And that 10th frame can make all the difference because you could get an extra ball. Here it is. Gets the head pin. This is going to technically be a split. She gets 7 pins, but a split situation with the 2, 8, and 7. It's going to have to be a split conversion if Rachel wants to close up this frame. This is a big throw. Does she get it? Not quite. Picks up 2, going to be 9 total pins, but that's the best case scenario really in a split situation. Those are really hard to pick up the spare. What was your thought process going into that first split that we've seen today?
Well, I knew that it's the most difficult and rarest thing I have ever encountered, and I was trying to plan to actually try to knock the pin on the split, which can be very tricky.
It is tricky to pick up a split. I think you did really well considering the circumstances, picking up 9 pins. 153 is now your total through 9 frames. Kiernan, you have a chance to come back here at the end. Let's see it. Down 18 pins. Closing up this frame would be key. And it's going to be a split for Kiernan. And maybe the most unfortunate time that Kiernan could see a split between the 5 and the 7. See if she can pick it up. Here's the throw. She's going to pick up the 5. 9 pins for you. You match Kiernan's total. How did that feel? That split, a closed frame would have been big. There is a split. That's unfortunate. Sometimes the pins just don't fall how you would like them. How do you recover here in the 10th?
I'm gonna try not to get a split because I know splits are kind of hard to recover from.
And I think you recovered well, considering the circumstances, and we'll see in the 10th. The 10th can make all the difference. 153 to 144, no close frames in the 9th, so that is your score right now. 153 pins to 144 pins. A 9-pin game. Especially in the 10th, where if you close it up, you get an extra ball. This is key. Oh, it wobbled. It wanted to go down, Rachel. Couldn't quite get that one. That's the 8-pin that's just stubborn on you. See if you can pick up the spare. This is critical. And she gets it. Just nicks the left side and gets that pin to fall over. You're going to get one more ball here in the 10th. So let's see how you do as we watch that one again. That ball tried all that it could to get right out of there, but it gets the 8-pin. Closes up the 10th there. So now here's the extra ball. That one looks good. And it's a strike to end it off for Rachel. Final strike to end the game for you. How does it feel to end it on such a high note?
It felt really great and epic for me, and I'm so proud of it.
Very, very epic. 173 to 144. Good news for you, Kiernan. It's not over. You can get 30 pins in the 10th frame, and that would give you, guess what? 174. There's still a chance for Kiernan to make an epic comeback here in the 10th. Let's see it. She's got a turkey already in this one. That's what it's going to take here. The first throw is not quite going to get it. Let's see if she can pick up the spare. An opportunity here for Kiernan to end on a high note. The 1, 2, and 4. See if she can get the extra ball. And not quite. You're going to have a stubborn pin there on you. That's the 4-pin. The 4-pin's been giving people troubles throughout both episodes. I don't know why it's that pin that always stands up, but it seems to be. So on that last throw, how do you feel about how this game ended up for you?
I feel like it ended in a really good note. And I'm
Yeah. Ending on a high note is always good. That's your final. Rachel, 173 pins. Kiernan, 153 pins. So we're going to step aside, and we'll be back with some post-game reactions right here on Thriving Through Sports, the game show.
At Collision Leaders, we put our customers first. We advocate for you at every step of the process because getting you back on the road safely is our top priority. We'll do the heavy lifting. We'll take care of you, now with more locations to serve you better. And with Collision Leaders certified technicians, you can have peace of mind knowing your family's safety is our top priority. Collision Leaders, the official collision center of UCM Athletics. Visit us at collisionleaders.com.
At Inside Eye Care, our expert optometrist and experienced staff will take time to answer all your questions and provide the highest quality eye health treatments available. Our doctors take great pride in offering every patient the absolute best in vision care, from fitting those eyeglasses and contact lenses, from diagnosing eye diseases to recommending LASIK or other eye surgery procedures. Our philosophy is professional care your eyes deserve. Inside Eye Care serves all your family's eye care needs under one roof. Inside Eye Care.
Welcome back to Thriving Through Sports, the game show. A great display from both of our contestants again. The final score, Rachel with 173 pins, Kiernan with 153. So that means that Rachel will move on to episode 4 to face Will. Kiernan will move on to episode 3 to face Gabe. So Kiernan, I'll start with you, 153 pins, but I want to focus on that turkey to start. That was really, really impressive. First time we've seen that on this show. How did that feel?
I think getting a turkey was really good, and then being the first one to do a turkey was actually really good.
There's always a first on a show, and Kiernan, you accomplished one today. Very, very impressive game today. Rachel, 173 pins. You'll move on to episode 4 to face Will for first place. How does it feel to be in that championship?
It feels kind of overwhelming, like I never actually done this before. But I will literally try and achieve what I'm going for, even though it's a little hard, but I think I'll do it.
She has full confidence going into episode number 4. So with that, again, Rachel, facing Will in episode 4, Kieran facing Gabe in episode 3, and that will do it for us here today on Thriving Through Sports, the game show. A big thank you to Rachel, Kieran, and the entire fantastic Thrive program for joining us today. For our entire crew, I'm Brad Haydank saying thank you for joining us today on Thriving Through Sports, the game show. We'll see you next time.
This is our stomping ground.
Where we lead, innovate, and transform.
Where we invest in a future that invests in us.
When things get hard, we go harder.
When others back down, we take charge.
We are driven, devoted difference makers.
We know what it means to stand out from the rest of the pack.
We don't just put in the work, we're made for it.
We are Mules and Jennies.
Welcome to our stomping ground.